Hello, lords and ladies. We are going to be talking about this beautiful sword. It was sent for review by swordmaker L.K. Chen. It's going on to someone else, but I have it for a little while. So please, won't you come here and look at it with me? This is a type of sword called a Jian. It is a straight double-edged sword from China's Ming period, which corresponds to Europe's medieval period approximately, from the 14th century into the beginning of the 17th century. Please remember, in China's ancient past, the double-bladed Jian was the primary military sidearm, but the double-edged Jian was replaced by the single-edged Dao. However, the Jian never totally went away. Instead, it was used by persons of great import, such as those in important positions in the government, or by those who were in positions of high rank within the military. We see this in artwork and statues, paintings, during the Ming period, from which this particular model comes from. L.K. Chen has lovingly recreated a surviving Jian from the Ming period, from the early Ming, in this Grand Duke Jian. It has a scabbard that has lovely luck symbols on it, the sun wheel. It has a scabbard with lovely two-point suspension on it, and long supporting bands that we see from earlier Yuan period swords. The wood on it is fine and brown. The brass fittings are very well done. I like the brass and the patterns that we have on it. Look at how pretty these brass fittings are. I will pull the sword out. This is a sword blade that is characteristic of the Ming period. I'm leaving frame now. Returning to frame, I have brought a similar sword that I initially thought was very similar to this Grand Duke model. This earlier sword that I have been in possession of is called the White Serpent, and you'll see that they have superficial similarities. However, the White Serpent is a smaller design, even though it shares some similarities with the Grand Duke. They both have long, straight diamond cross-sections, but the White Serpent is smaller and lighter, and the Grand Duke is larger and more imposing. Both are high-ranking Ming swords. Returning to the Grand Duke. My forehead itches. Returning to the Grand Duke. Returning to the Grand Duke. Returning to the Grand Duke. It has a fungus-shaped guard that is beautiful and has many designs on it. There are fantastic creatures on the guard that have been sculpted in through open work. Prominent are two guardian lions, which we can see in artwork going back to the Tang Dynasty and further. It also features a tongko or blade collar, which is hiding at the base of the blade to help it slot into the scabbard. The top of the sword has a pommel which is gourd-shaped. Each side is unique and features a different stylized scene featuring many creatures. One of them features a monkey chasing after a deer. The deer is kicking at the monkey under a waterfall, underneath a bird. The blade is beautiful. It is nimble. It has a tip that is common in the Ming. The tip is not particularly pointy. Some tips are more acute, others are more rounded. This one is like the tongue of a duck. Why were tips like this? We do not know. In artwork we see sometimes that they are angled. Surviving examples may have been worn down or reshaped. It balances reasonably close to the hand. Even though the blade is quite large and the sword has a lot of mass, it remains very nimble and easy to use. This is a fun sword. It handles like a Jian should. It has a lanyard. It goes on my wrist. I will now test the sword. I will now test the sword. We will see how the sword performs against water bottles. I expect the sword will do well against this target. It is made of sanmei, so there is a center plate that is hardened and 2 softer plates on each side. The hardened plate should do quite well against this type of target. The sword is quite beautiful. Swoosh. Cut. Cut. Swoosh. Cut. Aha. One more attempt. Swoosh, clang. Oops. Chop. The blade, it does cut. Even with a light cut, it was able to go through the hard plastic. I like this sword. Okay, so we see that the sword is quite good at cutting. It is nimble despite its large size. It is comfortable in the hand. The type of steel that is used is well heat-treated and has a very sharp edge. If you are practicing swordsmanship, this is a nice one. It is very well recreated and handles like I expect a sword from the Ming Dynasty should. It is beautiful. I love the look of this sword. It handles quite nicely. If you are interested in a sword from LK Chen, please consider this sword, the Grand Duke. It is gorgeous. I look forward to more swords like this.